modifications and improvements to the agency functioning of Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, as well as the tax collectors. I'm happy to go into lots of the highlights, but let me first point out kind of the last paragraph of the bill analysis that says this bill has an insignificant fiscal impact on state government. I think that's pretty important for this committee, and an indeterminable but likely insignificant fiscal impact on local governments. Mr. Chair, that's the bill.
Thank you very much, Representative Maney. Seeing no amendments, members, other questions on the bill? Representative Robinson, you are recognized.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Representative Maney. This bill is a good bill. I know that it's making a lot of corrections for Department of Highway Safety. My concern is, and I want you to kind of give me some insight, the part where it's talking about changing the identification for sexual offenders. I know that we have something there now. I just kind of wanted to know what is the need to give the red.
You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Excuse me, thanks. That's a great question. The answer is there are practical considerations because so many people, whether it's law enforcement in a hurry or landlords or other people who do not notice the black letter print on current licenses or identifications cards. If someone is a convicted sexual predator, for instance, there are restrictions on where they can live and where they can be, like next to a school, for instance. A landlord would not want to take the risk of missing that, renting a home, and then be part of potentially a civil lawsuit if the predator recommitted an offense and the landlord knew or should have known that that person should not have been living there.
Any follow-up? You're recognized.
Well, so I'm clear. So you're saying, I guess my concern is that you do have something there, but the red makes it more like a scarlet letter type thing. And I guess my concern is, have you considered how many people we have that are wrongfully convicted and how that would be affect them? I mean, especially like just pulling your license out at the doctor or things like that. Has that been looked at?
You're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Well, of course, the scarlet letter, made famous by Hawthorne, dealt with adultery and not with being a sexual predator. But the department feels strongly that in order to fulfill or partially fulfill their responsibility to public safety, it's important to let the public know with whom they're dealing.
Any follow-up? Members, any further questions? Seeing none, we are in public testimony. Leslie Doogie, Enterprise National Alamo, waives and supports. Jennifer Langston, Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, waives and supports. See no further public testimony. Members, we're in debate on the bill. Representative Cheney, you are recognized.
Thank you, Chair Andrade, and thank you, Representative Maney, for this bill. I think it's important when we're talking about our children and protecting them from sexual predators. I don't think we can ever go too far with that. I'd remind members that on your driver's license, the last number is the number of traffic offenses you've had. My driver's license probably has a 0. So it already, our licenses already identify. So people are reaching for their licenses. Already identify some of our behavior. So I thank you for the bill and I support you.
Representative Robinson, you're recognized.
And thank you, Rep. Cheney, because I know how much you constantly is trying to protect, especially our children, and I feel that way too. it does still give me a little concern, and the only concern that I have is because there has been a number of people that have been wrongfully convicted, and so that gives me concern. But as she said, that I do recognize that it's something already there, so I just was a little bit concerned on why we were highlighting it or making it more. But in general, I do think it's a good bill.
Representative G. Lombardo?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Rep. Maney. I think it's extremely important to protect our children. Maybe we can make the font bigger too, make it red and bigger. I don't know, just saying. At my old age, my eyes are getting worse. So I think it's important, but great bill, and thank you.
Representative Yeager?
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Rep. Maney, for this great bill. I want to point out, I agree with my colleagues, G. Lombardo and Cheney, on the red print, without a doubt. I also just want to point out and thank you for the parts of this that help our disabled veterans and our military families. I mean, that's a huge piece, and thank you for that. I just want to say thank you very much for supporting them.
Seeing no further debates, Representative Maney, you're recognized to close.
Waive close.
3 in a row. This is a great start to the morning. You would please call the vote.
Chair Andrade,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cheney,
Yes.
Ranking Member Silvers, Representatives Antone,
Yes.
Burfield,
Yes.
Brackett,
Yes.
Daly,
Yes.
Esposito,
Yes.
G. Lombardo, Harris,
Yes.
Lamarca,
Yes.
Lopez,
Yes.
Placencia,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Yeager.
Yes.
14 yeas, 0 nays, Mr. Chair.
Very much the bill is reported favorably. Thank you, Representative Maney.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, committee.